defeated my mind and my body. As soon as but there's one thing I say and always mean.
This world shall know pain.
His come and dance with me in hell, won't you?
What is up, peeps? It is time for another episode of Chibi No Podcast. You got me, Dip the Smash fan.
Mister.
Japorean.
How is this?
I got distracted.
Boricua Senpai. I don't know if I was out of line, but go.
Yeah, sure.
And Shark King.
Shocking. What happened here? Why did you mess him up? Why did you do the weird thing?
I don't think he did a
I
weird thing.
didn't do it.
No, he put anticipation, so that's what I was like, is it coming?
The people wanted to hear me, so I gave him a second.
Is that what they wanted to do?
Mr.
I'm
Worldwide
just
coming on tour.
I like to mess around. You know how you do.
Yeah, it's super
First, steal
lame.
from Disney, then like get rid of old people. You know, that kind of stuff.
It's just horrible. Well, anyway, if this is your first time listening to Chibi No Podcast or watching Chibi No Podcast, we're just a bunch of friends talking about nerdy stuff day in, day out. It's always fun.
Why?
Why? I don't know.
I
We've always, I don't know. We've done it for like over 10 years
Oh,
now.
yeah. Did you check how many episodes we have? That was your homework for last time.
No. I've had a lot of
17.
stuff to do. 17.
17.
No, it's been a lot.
I'm gonna say like 210.
It must be something like that. It's really high. That's all I know.
It's high.
Yeah, that's all that needs. That's all that
We've been doing this for like, what, 5 years?
Yeah, something like
And
that.
it's
No, it's
high.
been more than 5 years. It's been like almost 10 years now.
Yeah,
I think it has been 10 years
The
now.
Xbox One came out. We started doing it.
Dang.
Oh, that was a long time.
2014. Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
So yeah, 10 years. 10 years this year.
But anyway, so we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot of stuff that we need to go over, but when we have to pick and choose things. So
What do you mean?
because there's so much news that that's just
There's
too
a
much
lot
to
of
go.
news.
Now, you keep track of
Yeah.
news.
Do we can
That's-
just say how do we feel about this? Okay, skip.
Nah, it's okay. The first thing we're gonna talk about is the big thing is X-Men 97 episode 8.
We're already cool with that.
We're already code.
Continue on.
It's funny because like Japorean and I we kind of schedule over Discord to see when we can see it together. Also with Mr. So we typically see it around like 6, 7, 8ish around that time, depending.
Wednesday.
That's way too long.
But
I know. I know, like Shark King.
Shark King used to see it
Like,
what, like
as
at
soon as we
5,
wake up, it's like,
5 in the morning.
This is my task.
Yeah, no, watch it. That's my first thing to do in the morning.
Yeah, watch it. And so he's like, or I think he told me like he texts Japorean and be like, "Have you seen it yet?" "Oh, not yet." Okay. Just
Hey,
waiting.
I'm gonna give props to my cousin Shark King because he doesn't spoil. He like holds on.
The only thing I tell him, like, oh, it's a good episode.
It's a good episode, and that's all I need to.
Let me know when you watch it.
Yes,
That's it. That's
I gotta say, he did deliver. It was a great episode.
It was a really good episode.
It was interesting because like I was wondering like it's funny because Mr. wasn't in the beginning wasn't like too invested in watching. He's like,
He got converted.
yeah, converted.
Well,
yeah.
no, it's because it's like
Marvel let you down.
no,
I know.
not just that. It's just I'm just one of those people that became like a YouTube person where I'll just watch stuff on YouTube, just whatever. Like I have too much options, so where I just go default to YouTube and be like, I'll just watch a history of some random stupid crap that's not even important.
Wait, good use of it.
Like
But
what?
then, like
What do you learn?
the creation of an aglet, the little plastic nib on your shoe.
Yeah, your shoelace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aglets.
That's called aglet.
Yeah,
Yeah, but what about it? Why did you want to know about
I
it?
didn't. I just saw it and I started watching it.
Okay.
Anyways,
Whatever.
he got converted, or
No.
he got pulled in.
I got
Okay,
pushed. Well, not pushed. My brother said, "Come watch it," and I watched it, and then that's how it goes. But I mean, that's a good thing because I'm watching something new. I'm not just looking at random.
He's not learning about shoelaces.
Yeah, I could do the Chris Chan history thing again.
Oh
I'm
no!
like 10,
Nah,
I'm like
no.
10 or 12
I know
episodes
what you're
behind. I
with.
need to watch that again. That was good times.
No.
Well, anyway, so
Excellent.
yeah, this episode. So first of all, everything now is following what just happened with episode 5, which we talked about, which was a really great episode.
Phenomenal episode.
Yeah, it's still it's still the best ones, and this one
I
is
only cried for 20 minutes.
the whole episode. Yeah.
I'm an after, but yeah.
this one had
Because I watched it again.
yeah. It's funny because it has it listed as like a 2-parter, but it's a 3-part season finale.
Oh,
I wonder what the
just
next
be 2 parts, but then the third part is not a third part.
I don't know,
There could just be 3 episodes left.
but I mean, if you haven't watched it yet, sorry, we're gonna spoil things for you.
I mean, this is the
Right
Cheap in the
here.
Podcast episode. You know, you get spoiled, and
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
X-Men. Yeah, see, there you go. We got his blessing. It's all good. So in this,
Wait
okay,
more than 24 hours, you're waiting too long.
yeah. So we already know that the one behind everything was Bastion. Very
under the sea.
yeah.
I love how they not Sebastian.
not Sebastian.
Not from Overwatch.
I
Yes,
love how they
not from Overwatch.
hit him throughout basically he's had a
He
cameo.
was in every episode.
He's had a cameo in every single episode up until now where they reveal him.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know.
They kept it hidden. Now that you look back, like there's one I think is the episode. Is it the first episode or the second episode? There's a picture. There's a part where they're looking at like all the world leaders, and there's like a picture board of like just of pictures, and his face is actually covered, but you can see his whole suit and everything. He's there.
Oh, that was the Storm
cool.
episode.
The Forge, yeah, with Forge,
Yeah.
his part is cut off, but you can see part of his suit.
But yeah, you can definitely see like glimpses of that.
Dang.
There was part
He
with
has little
Madeline.
glimpses in every yeah.
And
With
something
Matt-
that I also find out as well too, if the opening of the X-Men, you know, before they actually clash between the Magneto and Xavier, the people that are actually in there are the people that got infected. So you can
And,
actually like all the people that were running in the middle. So you got the Magneto, the X-Men, and there's like people running
in the newest part.
in the news episodes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't understand.
Yeah.
They tease those little things, which is
Yeah.
great. Like I love how they do that.
I know.
Every single little episode.
Wow.
The more you know.
No, it's not worth it. But anyway, so basically, if you don't know, basically what happened is his dad was infected by Nimrod. Or was it his mom? I can't remember now.
His dad.
His dad, who had the baby, and so basically
It's a miracle conception.
he's a sentinel, but
Human.
human, basically.
He's a human sentinel.
And Cable, it's just all of them. Cable comes from a basically a utopian.
He's a mutant though.
Yeah, he's mutant though, but he comes from a utopian future where like all the normal people are like living happily, blissfully, but all the mutants are basically enslaved. And so they're saying this is an eerily like what Professor Xavier wanted. And they're like, no, we need to fix it. We can't have humans, mutants be enslaved. But what's really cool is that they knew that they had to make. Well, basically, Bastion's like, well, the way that Trask did, the Sentinels is all wrong. We need to make them more human-like. And dude, it was cool. Like you seeing the process how they make them. They ask like, do they know what they're doing? Like they know they're signing up for something, but they don't know exactly what's going on. They don't even know that they're actually like. I don't understand infected is the right word, but
They don't even know that they're changed because
They're
basically
changed.
the humans become
Kind of like a
these
brainwash.
human sentinel hybrids.
Yeah, they don't know because they
I
forget.
didn't have
Remember,
recollection.
they test them out for a little bit and then they send them back to their home and then they forget everything that happened other than them signing up for whatever it was.
yep. And there's so much. I don't know even where else to go from there because there's so many cool stuff that happened in here. Like the whole invasion of like when all of them are turned on because they turn on. Was it when they turned on Cerebro? That's when Bastion, like all of them turned on, right?
No, the Cerebro was Beast was trying to enhance Cerebro to actually identify who was the one who was infected,
Right.
using Stark as a reference.
So I think Bastion just turned things on all at once because then if they can sense it, might as well just get rid of them before they can figure things out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, and it got
Just for
crazy.
safety reasons.
It got crazy those fights. Like you had Wolverine right fighting with Nightcrawler. Oh, that was so cool.
Oh, Nightcrawler with the
fight was
sword.
so good.
Oh,
yeah, him
man.
with the
swords.
swords.
And it was like
Even like the little parts where he first pulls out his claws, like, why would you try to, like, you don't have any reason to stop me? He's like, I can think of 6. And then Nightcrawler teleports in, and he's actually my friend. He pulls out his 3 swords. 9. I'm like, yeah.
so it's so
That was awesome.
so good. I didn't think these Sentinels, these hybrid Sentinels, I didn't think they were so invincible. Because I thought when they cut them up, I was like, okay, they're dead. Like Wolverine killed them. It's like
No,
all of a sudden they start, coming back
connect,
together. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, so is the only way to get rid of them is through EMP?
These are the Sentinels through, like, these are Sentinel Primes. These are kind of like the ones that we see from the Days of Future Past movie.
Yeah.
So they basically they're not quite that advanced in the X-Men 97, but basically they can reform. You can cut them up and then they'll
Get back together again.
They'll get back together again.
But my question is, do these Sentinels, these hybrids, if they get EMP'd, are they dead?
But not yet.
We don't know what they're gonna do with them.
They got
I think
deactivated.
They know that. Well, I mean, I guess he's also referring to when Cable, right? When Cable shot him with that EMP, like
Because that doctor is still under the.
Oh, he was unconscious, and they actually like froze him, kind of in a sense.
Oh, okay. I thought he
to
died
analyze
from
it.
the EMP.
No, he's not dead.
But that's basically just to
Starks, yeah,
not to basically just stop them for a bit.
yeah.
That's all they're doing.
Okay. I was just curious because I thought maybe that's the only way to stop them, to kill them. Is
No,
by
that
doing
shouldn't be their
No.
only weakness, though.
Yeah.
Not yet that we know.
Not
No,
yet.
no. I mean, there's that. You get to see the perspective of actually jumping through the teleportation through
Wolverine's
Wolverine's point.
Nightcrawler.
That was awesome. That was really cool.
For some reason, the animation of his teleportation is so smooth. They
Technology.
really improved the
technology now.
teleportation.
All right. What else? Oh, man, where to start? The summer's family vacation. That's the way that I like to call it.
You have a Porsche.
Like basically,
You have a Porsche.
Cable. There's a Cable. Jean Grey and Scott. They were to investigate Sebastian's origin, like how, like where he was born.
During the same time,
Yeah, something like
Figuring
that.
how things were, and then you come to realize,
And they get attacked by all those hybrid sentinels, and they have to run away.
Bastion turned his mom into a
Yeah. And they're like all of them.
His whole hometown, he turned him into Prime Sentinel.
They have to like
And
run
that was
away.
One of the other little Easter egg things that they alluded to. So the painting that Jean Grey touches when they get into his house,
It's the first one that appears in the
it's the first one that
Right.
appears like in the terrible whatchamacallit.
when she was in the mine.
it wasn't her, it was Madeline.
Madeline's. Yeah, Madeline's. It was
Part where
hers.
she has
Yeah.
that nightmare where like right before like Genosha like blows up,
Oh yeah, what the fudge?
So it's pretty cool.
they hide like these little things all over the place.
They've been
It's
they've
great.
been shown in plain sight.
Yeah, and then we have Magneto, who is freaking
Magneto show OP.
Magneto's OP. Like he's like, screw this. Like I'm not gonna
done.
I'm done.
Oh yeah, who was the chick there again? That was trying to talk to him.
The one from the UN. Is it from the UN? I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how she kind of like went rogue and let him out, and it just was intense because like I felt bad for Magneto, but like he wanted to do this because like
He wanted to be a good guy. He wanted to do the right
Yeah,
thing.
he was trying.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
really
He
was
was.
trying. And the thing that like made me feel like, you know what? I guess it was right what he did in his own way. Like, because they kept going back to his tattoo of it, because he was in internment camps when he was.
He was a Jew. Yeah, he's a Jew.
He wasn't.
No, I mean when he was younger. But, like seeing that's like I was like,
Oh, my
shit,
gosh.
he's imprisoned again, type of thing,
Yeah.
and what's gonna happen? So I like how that lady let him free, and she's like,
Because she felt bad. She didn't
in
know
some
like
way,
the whole
she's like,
plan.
what was it? Some twisted way, Magneto was right.
No, she's like, oh yeah, Magneto.
That was right.
I think the part that like, I feel like every episode kind of has a line or two that like really sticks out, and I think for this one, it was when she was talking about Magneto. She was like, yeah, I was with the mutants the whole time. Like this wasn't supposed to happen. Like it wasn't supposed to be like this much
Any of this.
damage and stuff. She's like, I've seen them through grief. I've seen them through fear. I've seen them through happiness. I've seen them have like hope. She's like, but the one thing that I didn't see is like this did not surprise them. Like they always expected that humans or somebody was gonna just mess up their life anyway, even though they were just trying to live in Genosha like away from everybody else. Like that was the one thing. She's like, yeah, like there was fear, like there was terror, like even before they died. She's like, but they were not surprised.
I gotta say the script of the show has been fabulous.
They've taken a lot.
All the
just
choice
from,
of words too that they use.
and they've taken a lot just right from the comics, which is
Yeah,
been amazing.
Well, that's
how he said it.
It had the
Yeah.
source on that.
That's good. And then what Magneto does at the end, he
He EMPs the entire world.
Yeah, he goes to the South Pole or North Pole and just charges it up, and then
and then we get all the cameos.
Oh my god!
This is great. That's my favorite
first
part.
cameo.
Well, let's go from the from the villains. From Bastion. Bastion's talking
So Bastion
to
has like a
he's telling
a conversation with the world leaders, and then one of them is Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom, because he has his own in the comics. I can't remember what his country.
Latveria.
Yeah, and he's actually like a good guy in his country. Like people revere him as like a good person. Anyways, that's weird. But yeah, Dr. Doom.
Zemo.
Huh? Zemo.
Oh,
he was the second one.
I did not know who it was. I couldn't remember.
It's because he's wearing the purple mask. he doesn't remind you know. I mean, since you've seen the MCU version of Zemo, like you see him wear the mask once, which is in Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
the purple mask.
Which if you never saw it, like you're never gonna remember that. Which is fine.
Unless you like the there, but I was like, oh,
you're like, who is that? That looks so familiar. But yeah,
and then the EMP happens, and then everyone.
Wait, they actually show another one.
What's the other guy?
So I wasn't quite sure, but people are saying that this was actually Killmonger, the accurate version of.
They had the MCU version of Killmonger.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who I was thinking?
Or
animated
The 97, yeah, 97.
Because I saw the hair and I'm like, man, they're just not creative with the hair. Anyways, typical.
And then go ahead.
No, yeah, you guys can do it. I don't want to do it.
I do it.
well,
You can do it.
You can do it.
Because so they link two more mutants as they're like panning out, showing how like all the Prime Sentinels are being deactivated by the MP and like the power's going out. So you see Omega Red unthaws.
Oh yeah,
He's getting out of it like he's unfreezing or he's thawing out. Silver Samurai emerges again. That's what this is exactly.
That's great.
Episode. And at the very end, I almost got tears of joy. Spider-Man is back.
They should have Spider-Man for that TV show. I know, right? Yeah, that's.
Oh my gosh! I was like,
here.
That was great.
Why did you let me spoil it for myself? I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm good. I'll just have to watch it.
I mean,
he doesn't speak.
Yeah, he doesn't speak,
but we do get to see him.
Is it going to be the same voice actor? It has to be.
We don't know anything.
I hope so.
Here's the problem: the creator of the show has already responded. He's like, "Thank you for all the support, for all the people reaching out."
They might bring him back.
I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
Marvel has not contacted me. He's like, but I would absolutely love to bring this show back. He's like, but then it would be weird because
he just kicked me out.
When this happens, he's like, when this happens, he's like, I'd have to sign all these NDAs and then I'd have to be weird about stuff when people ask me. He's like, but just know, as of now, no one has reached out to me.
Okay.
That was amazing. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that is Omega Red, Silver Samurai are like two of my favorite villains.
Yeah, so we were super hyped, and then at the end was like the end when all the Sentinel Primes are like deactivated. He's like, I like Wolverine's like he's like Magneto finally did, and he's like, what, like saved mutants? He's like, no, it's like he started a war because now the EMP like shut down everyone's in the Dark Ages now. So it's like now I don't know where they're gonna go with this. Like obviously there's gonna be a war happen because Magneto's like, no, we're not. I'm done being like hunted. Like this was the final shot. I'm taking this away from everyone. It's interesting because like he had that whole speech at the UN, right?
Yeah.
When he was speaking, he's like, I could do all this, like, but I'm choosing to be the bigger man, and like all this happened is like,
don't make me rumbling.
Yeah,
rumbling.
Which is still like a threat, Don't make me be a worse person than I'm trying to be right now.
Yeah. And basically, he's not being a worse person. He's just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm taking away any possible chance you have of hurting us, and boom, just
this happens.
EMP.
See, what I like about this is that you actually get to know the motivation from Magneto to change, to become a good guy, to what is happening now. How is that going to change? It actually gives more, what do you call that? It kind of like feels more of the content of who the character is, rather than, oh, this is a good guy, this is a bad guy.
I think the character development in the show is awesome.
It's been good.
I think the thing that I've heard that points out the best is it's not a Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yep.
It's everybody's getting a chance to shine. You care about what happens to everybody. Everybody kind of has something going on.
And not to mention X-Men. I mean, Wolverine doesn't have his.
Wolverine is the one who's like, he hasn't really had anything.
Right, he doesn't have anything yet. Everybody else has like a moment to shine.
He's had
too.
some like cool action scenes.
Yeah, but a lot of the people who had their moments had like really bad stuff happen to them. I don't want Wolverine to have bad stuff.
He always has bad stuff.
Yeah,
but like, you know what I mean?
Oh, but
he's just in love with the woman who doesn't love him back, and
I know.
I mean,
with the man who's confused who doesn't really love him.
I mean,
Or
she
love
kind
her
of
either.
Heartbroken. But the thing that got me the most, I think we're gonna mention the last part.
The last
Yeah,
line.
just the
When
last part.
Everything like Wolverine's like, well, a war's gonna about to start. If only Xavier was here. Lo and behold, ship crashes into the mansion. It's Professor Xavier, and the last thing he said to me, my X-Men,
Yeah, he contacts them all through
telepathy.
telepathy.
I gotta say, when I heard that, I got teary. I got really teary. Like he's back. He said the thing. He said the thing. I was like, oh man, this. And you actually get to see like their faces on the shot as well, kind of like a comic.
Yeah, it actually is like
yeah,
that.
the
So he's
comic
like
thing.
this, and you can actually see like their
The little
like, him
faces.
hearing, like them all like responding to
Yeah.
his voice.
Yeah.
Only I still think the show's amazing. I still think it's at least it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I
Oh,
could
for
be
sure.
biased, it could be recency, but every episode seems to be
The only
great.
one
Not
that,
just good, is great.
Yeah, there was
I-
only one. That was like episode 5, I think, was it?
Episode 4.
Episode 5 was
No, which
4.
one?
You're talking about 4, like when
Oh, the one with
Storm
Jubilee.
thing.
The Jubilee storm.
the Jubilee Storm. I think that's episode 6.
No, that's 4.
Those four.
No, 4. Okay,
It was
Yeah.
very meh. That one could have been cut down to like a 10-minute.
No, but you know what? That episode actually served a purpose.
and it's important.
Yeah, because in that episode, especially the Jubilee, which is kind of weird to think about this, when Jubilee meets the other Jubilee, the older Jubilee tells Jubilee, hey, it's time to grow up. Things are not going to be the same as it used to be. And right after that, that's basically when the whole Genosha atrocity happened.
Yeah, but
so
remember
they
what
were
happens
trying to
later on? She goes
preparing
on a
everybody
shopping
up.
spree. So she doesn't really grow up.
Well, then in this episode, she says like she's
Tell
done
me
shopping.
You never go on shopping springs, Diego?
No.
You're a liar.
No. Jubilee's in that episode, she wanted to just play video games and just take it easy.
She wanted to be, childish, so she grew up a little.
Right. And I think
she-
even... Yo, go ahead.
She has been doing it when she's been watching out for Sunspot. Like she's the one teaching him.
Oh, yeah, and he can
You
fly.
don't. Yeah, you can know about his powers, about what it is to be an
the
X-Men.
mom was such a bitch.
Yeah,
And she also got like a
So
costume
loud.
accurate, comic
No.
accurate outfit for
I say a C
Jubilee
word.
as well. So
and don't forget, Jubilee still sucks with her
Yeah,
powers.
I know.
Okay,
She
everyone
can't
can fly
fly.
except for her. Yeah,
she can do her singing. You see that?
she can do whatever. She can do crap.
Okay, so I saw someone do an edit for that when we see the Spider-Man cameo. Someone does it where like his spider sense goes off and he's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh, this was real. That would have been the best thing ever." I gotta show you the video after that.
Yeah, like I said, this show has been amazing. I like what they're doing. I was telling Sharking about this. I'm excited for the next 2 episodes, but at the same time, I'm gonna get sad because after we finish, I'm gonna be wanting for more. And that's the thing that's gonna bug me. How long is it gonna take?
You know what's gonna
Probably a while.
suck is if they do. If I'm pretty sure that people wanting to get a Spider-Man 97 to come back,
It's gonna happen. I
it's
think
gonna
it's gonna happen.
kill the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show.
Oh, the one with Tom Holland.
The alternate dimension.
I'm okay with that.
No, but like they put so much money into it.
No, but I mean they're
Is it
gonna
like
have
a 3D
that.
one though?
I don't know.
No, they're gonna have the 3. Well,
No, that's
oh, the new show.
yeah.
Freshman
if,
year.
If
Okay.
if that come, no, but I'm saying if that gets enough people wants to get the original '90s Spider-Man in, and they want to get it out, that's gonna tank the.
I mean,
Spider-Man.
they can still have both.
No, we don't need the Tom Holland one. We get Spider-Verse, phenomenal. We get finish the movie, get this 97 Spider-Man out. Tom Holland, he can F off.
See, no, the way that I see
has
it
his
is
movie.
that the sophomore
Oh
year,
my
that
God.
little short,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like I think it's gonna be like a 3 episode for like a special, some
I
kind of
thought
special.
it was like a series, like a season. Like it's gonna be like
It was
8
supposed to be a
episodes or
series
something.
as well.
That's how I
a
interpret it.
1 season series done.
That's what,
if
I
they
know,
were to
that's
do
what I'm
that.
saying. They're like, oh, so
I don't
we've been
know.
noticing a lot of people want Spider-Man 97, so here's Spider-Man 97.
Dude, Spider-Man
Oh, here's
is
a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
There is
sophomore
so
year.
much stuff that they haven't finished.
Yeah, well, yeah.
A lot of missing
Spider-Man.
pieces as well too, like the Mary Jane crime,
Shocker!
stuff like that. Oh man,
Oh, the
that's gonna be me
Carnage,
at the end of the last
Venom.
episode of this, like of X-Men. As soon as it
And
finish, I'm gonna be like, no,
2.
2,
2 episodes left.
And you know they're gonna end it on a cliffhanger.
I'll binge them this week.
Yeah.
do it.
You know they're gonna end it on a cliffhanger.
We can
And
watch it.
The cool thing, and I know they're gonna do it eventually. The cool thing is they haven't even touched on Apocalypse coming back yet.
That's true.
But
And
that's
this
like
show is already amazing.
And they haven't had like a lot of Marvel
And I'm
characters
sure he's
either.
gonna be.
They
towards
should
the end.
introduce a villain or a hero named Cliffhanger as the.
Well, here's the thing. Like they gave you like some episodes to watch before going into the last 3 episodes for the season finale.
They cut
I think
from
it's
the
about
original.
There's 6
the
episodes
original.
you should watch. Okay, and in one of them it talks about Mr. Sinister's
Origin.
past, his origin, and then it talks about the other one is about no, I'm talking about Magneto's when he created the comet for the whole world.
Yeah.
I think that one's
Asteroid M.
yeah. I think that one's gonna play a bigger part because at the end of that one, you see Apocalypse save. I forget his name. It's the guy who basically like amps
Creech?
your powers. No, he was the second one in command with Magneto. He's the one that like it's like
guy who
Magneto
betrayed him?
Yeah, who betrayed. I forget his
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a Spanish name. But anyway,
It's racist, but okay.
yeah. But anyway, he gets saved. He gets saved by Apocalypse.
El Ampliador.
He gets saved by Apocalypse, and that's the last thing you see from him ever. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna make some sort of comeback somehow. I don't know from what.
Apocalypse was always so creepy that I loved him.
Yeah.
I've actually been going back and watching the original series as well,
Yeah.
and his voice is still 10 out of
crazy.
10. Yeah, and he's still one of my favorite villains like of all time.
He's great.
And they ruined
Still
him.
so
Oscar
many-
Isaac. Why?
We're never gonna talk about that.
What? What's your...
What are you
he
talking
also,
about?
He also looked creepy, but not in a good way.
You look like a pedophile.
He did awesome with Moon Knight though. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never get a season 2. It's okay.
And nobody cares about that.
The only the small. I mean, it's not even a complaint, but I am a little bummed that we're probably not going to see Magneto as a good guy for that long.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
it didn't last very long. Like I just wish it would have been a little bit longer. I love Xavier. I'm going to be happy that he's back, but also kind of wish like, you could have been away for a little.
It's gonna be I wonder
It's
what
very
it's going
fast
to be.
changing dynamic
Because
but
like
still,
because if you
it's
remember
good.
look at X-Men, a lot of the times a lot of their actions aren't very like that they're fighting each other. It's like I'm doing my things my way, you can do things your way, and they kind of end.
But stop doing it so violently.
Yeah, but like the one with the Comet M, right? He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight. I'm just want to grab my people and go. And Xavier's like, no, don't wait. Let's talk about this. This is gonna do more harm than good. So he's like butting in. Obviously, at the end was not a good idea. And Magneto was like, yeah, you're right. Like I'm just taking this back, and everyone can go back to.
See,
Or this was a bad
Took
idea.
this
I
whole
think.
time for Magneto to find out. You know what? I probably always do it the wrong
Well,
way.
the thing is, it's Magneto was set.
Magneto was
to
right.
reset everything the minute they attacked the country that they were created.
Genosha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt bad because like he just felt bad for all those kids. And,
dude, you feel bad for them for
Well,
sure,
'cause
right?
He's not a bad guy to be like a.
No, you actually understand the reason
Yeah.
why he's making the decision. It's
Yeah.
not like I'm a bad guy. I want to make things
Yeah,
evil,
he
right?
wants to make people suffer.
They
He wants
flesh
to
out
do
the character quite a lot.
Yeah.
His
It's
reasoning
awesome.
makes sense, right?
Yeah.
He already was born in a race of people that were already oppressed, right? The whole being
Thousands
Jewish
of
and determined, like,
years, and then-
and now he's a mutant, and now they're all have been looked down upon. It's like I'm never gonna catch a break. I know that these people, they're always gonna look down on me. Because I already saw that when I was, when I first
Those powers came to be.
without my powers. Now with my powers, it's even more, and it's never gonna change. Like you said, I'm not surprised. No one's surprised that this happened. They're like, we expected it. We know it's gonna happen at any time. So he's like, he's the one saying, I'm done with this. I don't want my people to expect this or to not be surprised. So he's like, screw this. So I want to see what Charles is going to do. Like, if he's going to actually fight him, or if he's going to try and find a way to be like, to talk no jutsu him out of something.
I don't know, but I think Professor Xavier is the factor to change the whole game on this.
Yeah.
Because everything Sebastian, he kind of actually saw the future, things like how we're going to play, but the only, I guess, X factor was not having Professor Xavier in here.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I usually have that effect. I have that effect on people.
That's right.
So,
The only other thing that I'd been thinking about, and I haven't really heard rumors about it, but I remember as I'm rewatching the original series, I remember the last when they finally beat Apocalypse and they exile him from time. Do you guys remember that crazy guy that he was talking to? He had like a crazy red hair, and he was wearing like a green jumpsuit. That actually is a version of King the Conqueror.
ooh.
If they wanted to somehow tie this into like the actual MCU, they could. Not that they will, but they could.
Well, I mean, since what's his name?
Because there's King has multiple.
I mean,
he's
there's
multiple
an
variations of
option.
him.
Then there's
There is an option.
there's the cameo of Captain Marvel as well too at the end credits. So they can put
Yeah.
things together if they wanted to.
They wanted to. I don't know if I necessarily want them to though.
Exactly.
I kind of like that
They already
the
have-
animated universe is kind of its own thing.
But we already saw that. What's his name's in there?
The little crossovers are nice. Like,
The Watcher.
yeah, but that's only at Nexus events or canon events.
Yeah, that's remember.
Watches that.
Okay, so do you remember
I
when
don't
Cable's
remember, no.
no? Do you remember Cable was saying like he tried multiple times to stop the
Genosha
what happened to
from
Genosha, and he
happening.
said, but there was a fixed set of time he couldn't do
do
anything.
anything.
And
Anytime he got there, he got pulled away from it.
he got pulled away from it. So that's why the Watchers is like this is. I mean, the Watchers not going to stop it, but this is like
He's
one of
supposed
those
to watch.
canon events that again I don't know how it ties with Loki and all that because we're taking that away. But we're basically saying there are canon events that need to happen in every timeline. This is one of them. Genosha has to be
Had to
destroyed.
happen.
Do you think Cyclops is going to be bad guy? Because he's kind of teetering on that.
There's a possibility. I can see that.
Eventually, I think it will, and
Yeah,
I think
they're getting the Messiahs.
it's not a coincidence that they went from Genosha being destroyed, angry Cyclops, and in the very next episode, you have Captain America. So I think we will eventually get
The Avengers versus X-Men.
X-Men.
That's gonna be so sick. Oh my gosh, such a great comic. So good.
Good game.
Just kidding.
Anyway, okay. We talk about this forever, but let's move on.
I was gonna say really quick on this.
Sure.
After this show came out, a lot of people were reaching James Gunn to like, see, there's X-Men 97.
Oh, yeah,
Are you guys
I
gonna
see
do
that.
anything with the DC?
No, yeah, they asked him. He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, Marvel, Kevin Feige and their team know what they're doing and with that stuff. I'm gonna stay in my lane and do what I do.
Yeah.
Basically says I'm not gonna do an animated thing.
for the DC universe.
Their animated universe is fine. I mean, granted,
they have kind of been
they've
shit.
kind of been crap. But like,
Past,
if you
like,
look at
5 years
past
have
stuff,
been shit.
yeah, but the other past stuff has been phenomenal. So
Yeah,
I don't
no.
think they need it. But
But to go back to like an old thing, that would be cool. Only a couple for me. What I would want them to go back to would be Batman Beyond,
You can't do it anymore.
Flash, and then
Too late. There's no Kevin Conroy. Don't do it.
yeah, but you could do
Oh,
it.
that's
Post.
right.
You could
That
do
is
it
true.
post. You could do post Terry McGinnis when he's a full-grown adult, and then Bat's gone.
Winning the Batman.
Yeah, just write off Kevin Conroy. But what they need, I mean, like he died. He died.
They could use AI.
That's a level of respect for him. They need to, first of all, fix Young Justice. I don't know if any of you have seen it. It used to be good. They ruined it. You can check the ratings. People hate it now.
Oh, that
Post-COVID, like I started getting into it again.
really?
They massacred. Look how they massacred my boy. And then Teen Titans, not the Go garbage.
Oh, okay.
Bring back the original Teen Titans, and I think those two series alone will help DC tremendously. I think.
All I want to see is my Super Friends. Dang it.
No, you don't.
oh, you don't get the fluff out of you. You know what? I'm giving you 5 minutes to give me.
Yeah, no, that
I'm
would
giving
work.
you 5 minutes right now to tell me about
Wait, how about they
Celeblade.
bring back the Batman? Remember that from the early 2000s?
Yeah.
WB?
That was good,
one.
and it wasn't Kevin Conroy. It was a different dude.
Okay,
That's a good way to put.
That's a good Batman.
they never said it wasn't.
Just saying, people.
The
okay.
Joker looks weird on that one, but whatever.
Yeah, he's
And that's
played by
the
a
other
black
thing.
dude
Yeah,
too,
Mark Hamill said he won't come back and do
Yeah.
Joker either.
because his buddy's
Like-
gone.
Because Kevin Conroy, and I don't blame him. Like that's
That'd be weird to feel to do that, and then you're the person that you're like your best friend.
He was my
Like,
friend. He
Not
betrayed me.
that
There's a
guy.
yin to his yang.
I was just talking to my friend about that too. She didn't know that Mark Hamill voiced
The Joker.
Joker.
Joker. She's like, he does. It's like, oh yeah, and he's Fire Lord Ozai too. And
Yeah.
it's like he is.
He's also in the Flash.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he plays one of the villains in the original Flash, and he actually appeared in the new Flash.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
he's also
Time to the Tinker.
Yeah, Tinker.
Tinker. I was like,
The guy has range, man.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think is that Tinker. I may have confused somebody else, but yes,
That's the Mark Hamill.
yeah, it's Mark Hamill.
yeah,
He
Mark
does
Hamill.
everything.
Okay, you have 5 minutes. Tell me about Cellerblade.
All right. First of all, I know you guys have been telling you guys.
Kulo.
Hold on.
Kulo.
Let me tell you guys. I've been hyping this game so much.
Kulo.
The game came out last week.
Kulo.
I've been loving the game ever since. I've been playing nonstop. I'm not finished with this game. It is a great game. Of course, it has your booties. I know you guys were talking about. I know you're gonna bring it up. So it got a good back development. The story is pretty good. The action is pretty intense, and there's like even side stories that I feel like as a completionist you can still complete it without feeling overwhelmed. So it has a nice balance on this.
Cool.
So it's definitely a great game. It's like receiving a lot of opposing ratings, but there's a big controversy that happened recently. And the main reason, the problem that happened is that when the game came out and when they did the promotional videos, the outfits of some of the character that main character wears were a little bit revealing. to the point that a lot of people online were like, no, you guys have to censorship. You have to remove this. This is not right. You know, people
Stupid
who were
1%ers that don't do shit for nothing.
yeah, stuff like that. So what happened? They released a new patch, and they actually cover certain outfits just to be in line with what the exactly right. So what happened
But
after?
not X.
No, what happened after? Like they censor some of the stuff, and if you have the digital version, you cannot go back into the old version. People that have the disc can play with the original first initial release.
You don't have to
with
update it,
censorship.
right?
No, but recently PlayStation changed the rule on that they actually have to update because some of the findings gets improved with that. So you can trade off, but I think the problem is they basically censored the game because of people were complaining online. So what happened after is that there has been a petition going around. People want the censored game. I think they deserve it because that's the way that it was promoted.
These dank fans.
People should be able to play this game.
They want it censored. They don't want it censored. What do you want?
Booty power. That's what we need.
I gotta say,
Well, there are some things that do need to be censored. Like there's a bar
Hey,
or a
in
store.
Red Dead Redemption 2,
I know,
Viking
listen.
freaking
In-
lasso.
in-
the
no,
mayor
let
and-
him- let him finish.
There's a store or a bar called the Hard R Bar.
it's just a sign, basically.
Yeah, it's just called
Okay.
the Hard R Bar.
Okay.
People are like, that's racist. The N word,
You're right.
hard R.
Wait. Why is it?
The hard R, the N word, but
The bar is called the N word. The N word bar.
Oh, it's really called
no,
that.
it's just called the Hard R. That's all it's called. It's literally called the Hard R Bar.
What if it stands for another word?
I know, but people, you know how people are. They're like, that's racist, so they're planning on changing it.
Again,
Activate my race card.
That's their game. That's when they put it. That's fine. There's no law that says they
I know,
have
I
to
know.
do it.
It's just.
So why are you saying? So, that's the thing. You're the one who loves comedy. Who says either everything's accepted or not.
I'm not.
Then
saying,
why are you saying about the censorship?
I get why people are doing it, but I.
But you
think
never
it's
said that about
cheap.
comedy.
No.
that's
I'm
right.
saying I get it. Doesn't mean I support it. That's the whole difference.
You get then why people are upset with comedy with.
Yeah, I get it. I still think it's funny as hell.
No, I was gonna say on that I can understand because a lot of people can actually feel like some people can feel offended. Okay, I get that. Okay, I don't agree with it, but I can see like in the general perspective.
But I am a firm believer that you decide to be offended. That
Agreed.
is your
Sure,
decision.
sure. I agree.
I counteract with this. What's one of the most famous TV shows of all time? Game of Thrones. I don't think any of you have watched it, but I watched
me.
it. I've read the books too. There is an incredible amount of
Yeah.
non-consensual coitus that goes on.
What this means?
There is an incredible amount of incest. There's an incredible amount of like several things that are far more, in my opinion, controversial than incorrect cleavage. I don't know what to call this.
Incorrect cleavage.
And I only bring this up because there has to be some overlap of fans. Maybe it's not massive, but there's some. So I've even from a comedy perspective, right? Like Game of Thrones is highly sub. People, I fucking love Game of Thrones, but they hate comedy. It's like, so you're okay watching.
So you're picking
an
and choosing,
enactment
right?
of non-consensual interrelationships, but you don't want to hear about it with a joke.
Yeah.
Because like that seems a little bit hypocritical.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like, again, the game is
do or
rated
you don't.
M. If you find the content unsuitable for you,
Don't play
cool.
it.
The best thing you do is you don't play it. If enough people don't play it, they're like, oh, okay, maybe we don't make content like this
Right.
anymore. But
So
Or maybe
initially,
in that case, then they do actually change it for.
yeah, sure.
right? Because
Or-
initially,
the
like I was
majority.
gonna say, I was like, oh,
Agreed.
that makes sense. You know, we have to protect the children. You know, but then I think about this. I think about this.
protect the children.
When this game came out, they actually
Who are
showed.
these children playing this game?
Yeah, where are their parents?
That's
So when this game came out, the promos had the uncensored version. Like even like they remove a lot of gore, they cover up certain areas. But the more I think about it, then if that was the original intention, where's the point of showing that? They shouldn't show it.
Well,
is
Gears of War had an option where you could turn off
Right.
the gore and you can turn off the language. Implement that into the game.
Yeah,
Right.
if you don't want to, go ahead.
And right now, they actually interviewed the director of this game and like, hey, what's going on? Well, this is the way that this is the one we intended to be like aimed for a certain age demographic, right?
Yeah.
But because of many different people screaming at us, we're trying to analyze and maybe they could do something in the future. But a lot of people are trying to push that so they can release the full game the way it was intended to be.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You have Dead or Alive volleyball that is clearly not for people wanting to play volleyball.
Released a Dead or Alive volleyball game like 10 plus years ago.
Look at the Switch. We were on the Switch online game. Look how many hentai games there were on the Switch that kids, mostly kids buy.
But we don't know how much was censored though.
Can buy.
Have
right. But the thing is,
The difference
the fact is there is a game like that, and there's no one that's going ban the Switch. They need to get these games off.
It's not being shown to them, like it's not right there in face value. Like, so when they're looking at games and the promotions, this is an upcoming game. That's not what's happening.
Then they should be better.
I'm just saying
They should be more vigilant.
That's how it is. I'm not.
Let's go tell those people, hey, you know what? Go ban the Switch.
You know what the studio should have said? Hey, if you're getting offended, don't buy the fucking game. And guess what? This is for ages 16 or 17 and older. So if you buy this for your kid, that's on you.
Yeah.
Stupid fucks. Probably some ladies who haven't got dick in a long time.
Dang. No, but people are trying to figure out what's going on. Who's the company to blame? And people are actually pointing fingers to Sony. Because right now, if you think about this,
man.
The company that released this game has only released 2 games. One, a mobile game was really popular, and this game. They're like a really early company. This game has been getting a lot of pre-orders, has become the top game on the PlayStation Store, and now they're getting a lot of backlash because of this. It's dumb. I think Sony's basically controlling some of that as well too.
Sony's being
because this company is a new company. They're we have to apply. I'm just assuming at this particular point.
Sony is just trying to please people, and then so they're restricting this company. So the thing that this company can do in the future is if they want to continue working with Sony in the future, where it's just only their game only goes to Sony, whereas they could be like, you know what, fuck Sony. Let's go to Xbox or let's go to Steam or whatever they want to do.
Like I said, this is just an assumption.
I know, but I'm saying that's what it could be. Whereas if you're getting that much control, it's like, oh, might as well just put it on PC.
Right. But right now, like I said, there's a petition going around, and people are trying to
hopefully they fix it because
see the information.
Ladies that need to stop.
No, I definitely agree. The more I think about it, the way they should be release the game the way it was supposed to be intended. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to play it, don't buy it.
You know what's funny? People don't complain about is in the original 2009 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You had the option to go to an airport and massacre people or skip it. They gave you the option. Guess what I did? No Russian.
Wow.
But you could
You're not his friend.
You could do
not my friend.
You could do the same thing with Stellar Blade. Hey, do you want to have the more revealing clothes on, or do you want to be less? And then that's a feature you can change between whatever, and then you're good to go.
And that's it. It's just they basically cover up certain aspects, and
unintended.
Sure. And they remove it. It becomes less gory, but overall, it's still a good game. So I do hope that actually people vote and make sure they push this to be released the way it was intended to be.
What did your wife say about the game?
Change the outfits.
There's actually, I remember seeing on YouTube earlier today.
Does she want the censored version?
I don't know if she does. I'm talking about it.
No, there's an outfit that's people saying it's the hottest one, but it's the most closed one. Like she's in a red skirt, red dress, and a black jacket or something. I don't know if you unlock. I don't know if that's
I unlock it.
Yeah, but people think that's the best one right now. That people think is the hottest one. So I was like, oh, cool. The most
people are saying the bunny suit is the one that has been having issues.
I'm just saying I saw that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, low pony's Rule 34 bait, man.
You would know what that is.
I know Rule 34.
Like I said, the game is amazing.
You told me about that.
The game is amazing. I even want to push this into Game of the Year. I know that's kind of early for me to say
never gonna make it because Rebirth came out.
But
it's never gonna touch Game of the Year. It might touch
Booty Game of the Year, maybe.
Best female character of the year. That probably her. But Game of the Year, no shot against Rebirth.
Talked about
everything's literally losing this year against Rebirth. Tomb Raider looks ugly. Oh, and then Pokemon Go. Did you see Pokemon Go?
What's
they changed your characters to match your body for if you have your Google history of with your body stuff, so you can make your characters big and fat. So people are upset because people are I want my character to look like this instead of me. I'm like, well,
you don't know what an avatar is. Yeah, they don't know what that means. It doesn't mean look like me.
Like blue people or
exactly. See, they don't know what it means.
But yeah, people are getting upset. The Pokemon Go thing is going crazy.
I didn't know that.
Going on with this train of having upset. Another wave of upsetting news came up again with something. I don't know if it's specifically
spaghetti.
I don't know if it's Sony specifically, but Helldivers 2. Take it away.
Electric Boogaloo.
Helldivers 2 has been kind of going downhill recently in the
Why?
past couple months because they've been doing patches on weapons and they've been nerfing a lot of stuff and making the game harder, which is fine at some points. But like, there's some weapons that are just because the how they view weapon usage, they think, oh, it's just a popular weapon because it's the new gun they released for the public to get. But so like, oh, it's being used too much. Let's tone it down. It's like, so they're just really bad at balancing that stuff. But then this just happened earlier this week. They just added that you have to either link your PlayStation Network account or create a PlayStation account to play Helldivers 2. And
do you have to?
Yes, you can't.
Hold on. If you're playing multiplayer, you have to, right? If you're playing,
that's the only time you can. It's an online multiplayer game.
There's no like one player.
There's no.
Okay, never
So
mind.
it's 100% online. So
2024, man. We don't make single player games
yeah.
anymore.
I
No, but so you have to link it or create a PlayStation account. A lot of people are against it, like saying no. A lot of people stop playing it altogether because of that, and then it's getting review bombed on Steam. So now it used to be very, very positive, like at 90% positive. Now it's like at 40% negative, like 40% with mostly negative reviews. And then I think today or yesterday, the director of the game, he's like, I'm sorry guys, I just wanted to make a good game. But originally, I guess what happened was when the game first came out, they had that implemented, but they removed it because so many people were playing the game. And they're like, oh, we just want people to play the game, and they put it back, and they're forcing you. So a lot of people are getting upset because you're getting forced, which I understand. Like, I don't want to be forced to link something or create another thing because there's so many things nowadays with games or shows or websites where like, hey, in order to view our stuff, create an account. Hey, if you want to use this, create an account. Hey, like, fuck off with this create account bullshit.
Well, if you already have an account, you have to worry about it.
Yeah, but still, do you want to just go through that effort?
That's the only thing that...
The thing is, if you already have like your Steam account and you turn the game on, it's like, oh, let's connect to PlayStation and let's do this. It's like, I just want to play the game. Uninstall, refund type of shit.
Now, is it them or do you think it was Sony saying...
Sony?
Yeah.
Well, because it's a Sony...
Right, no, it's a Sony.
Santa Monica and all that.
So I think that's the stupidest thing.
So yeah, I mean, I could see it next week. They'll probably remove it, but right now,
Watch. Next week they're gonna be like Crunchyroll. In order to keep watching Crunchyroll, you need to attach your Sony account.
Dude, if that was so Crunchyroll would lose so much fucking people.
I'd make a PlayStation account for that.
No, I'll go back to pirating.
No, you won't.
Get up, no, I know the websites.
He means One Piece.
I was singing the song.
So now we added Sony to the list of things that you hate.
No, we hate
Nintendo.
Kind of seems like
Netflix,
it kind of seems like it's all based off of an island of people that are ruled by old fucks that needs to go away. Bunch of xenophobes.
I still like them.
I like it too.
Hey, ding ding.
I'm just trying to connect the dots here. That's all I'm trying to do.
His opinions don't speak cheap in the podcast.
Wait, are you Gryffindor?
What?
Are you Gryffindor?
No, I am Ravenclaw.
Oh, sorry. 5 points for Ravenclaw. Then my bad.
Yay!
I'm Hufflepuff.
Oh man.
Oh,
sorry.
you're bad.
Of course, you huffle your puff.
That's why you're 51.
Wow.
If you don't, Rick, if you don't get that, go listen to the backroom talk. You'll get that
My
there.
favorite joke I've seen or meme I've seen about the Sorting Hat is like if Harry Potter's kids were not. Oh, Hufflepuff. He's like, I'm so effing disappointed.
He's like, you could have been Slytherin. I would have been fine.
Everything else is fine.
Rooting it for you, but it's Hufflepuff. Dang. Are you really in Hufflepuff?
I don't remember anymore, baby. Maybe Gryffindor. All I know is my what's it called? The little white beast they use.
Patronus?
It's like that. It's that little. It's that not little.
That's
it's that
racist.
big dog.
Severus?
You remember that Japanese commercial where it's like that noodle commercial?
Yeah.
The cup noodles and it's that gold dog, and then the guy. You see a guy go in the suit.
Isn't that a
dog.
bank?
No.
It's a dog.
dog.
What
What
does
does
it
this
with long hair?
Oh, the long hair?
What does a noodle commercial have to do with
No,
your
well, 'cause that's the dog. That's the dog. That's the breed. I just don't remember what it's called. But if I ever say that, he knows what I'm talking about. The dog.
I did.
Shiba?
No,
it's not a Shiba.
It's a dog with really long hair.
It's like
all over his body.
Of course, that's your Patronus, you freaking Hufflepuff
fluffy dog.
nerd.
A Sasuke.
Oh my
Oh,
god. Oh no, my mic. Okay. All right, moving on. Okay, before we go into our main topic, which is the superpowers, which I'll let Boricua Senpai go over. I did want to talk about
That's my friend.
one other thing because I was watching I've been trying to rewatch a few other animes, and one thing that came to my mind is we've talked about like their like best character. We talked about like best arc. We talked about like their most successful stuff. But I wanted to talk about like what are some of their biggest like defeats or their biggest like fails. Not in terms of like the story failed, like the story sucked, but more like in the story they had this idea, they had this plan, they had this objective, whatever. And it completely, they failed at it.
They failed completely, yeah.
Yeah, and whether this failure is a permanent failure, whether it meant the loss of characters or temporary characters, like either way, this was a failure. Like their objective was to do this. I don't want to count like they did do it, but at a high cost. No, they still achieved their goal. Granted, the consequences were high, but that's not what I'm talking about. They failed. This was their goal, and they failed. They just sucked. They're like, fuck. So I
got one.
So there's a few, and again, some of these are. I think this one is a very personal one in the story, not to me.
Okay.
Personal in the thing, which was, I was trying to rewatch all of My Hero again to get up to get ready for season 7. So I was watching.
Spoilers, you didn't.
I got to this first half of season 6.
Okay.
I just barely finished that.
Okay.
Nerd.
There are really big failures in there, especially in season 6, but one of the biggest ones that I did like I think their big failure, like their first big one, was a very personal one, was when they're at the training camp and they get attacked by the League of Villains, right? They have no idea what's going on, but they finally find out their objective, which is they need to they have people that they want to kill, and then they also want to capture Bakugo. And so the whole team, and Midoriya's like, no, that's our goal. We need to not let them catch Bakugo. And I think that when you have compressed, he has Tokoyami and he has Bakugo, and they think they won, right? They knock it out of his mouth, and they grab at least one of the marbles, and they're like, oh, I think we got him, and it's Tokoyami, and they actually got Bakugo, and they're trying to get to him, and they know they lost. They take him, and they're just, boom, done. I love that. It was a really good part of it, because even before that, like when you saw when they get attacked by the Nomu, when they had to fight Stain, the whole sports festival arc, it was fun. They were still always winning, even with Stain. Even Stain was it was one of their big battles, for the kids to fight. They still won, right, at heavy cost, but they still won. This was the first time that they actually lost something. Again, it wasn't a permanent one, but Midoriya took it so hard. I lost this. I could not protect my friend. We all lost, and I really loved that. It was a very personal loss to them, and I liked it that they failed. That they allowed that. Well, they didn't allow that, but they failed to.
His hands were
and it was so
trembling
close.
in
They
anger.
were so close to actually saying one. They're like, nope, we're gonna take him. You lost. It was good.
Game over.
Very personal one.
Interesting.
But that's the one. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a permanent one, but it's there's an
got one.
objective. But yeah, go ahead.
One Piece, the Marineford arc. Luffy.
Spoilers. I don't care.
Luffy finds out that
I don't care either.
Sharky used to actually watching it.
Yeah, you could care. You could care less.
Luffy finds out his brother got caught by the Marines, and
He has
he's
a brother?
Yeah.
Dang it.
You should have known this from a while ago.
Yeah, you shouldn't have.
Yeah,
You weren't paying
should have
attention.
known this.
You were doing something else.
Yeah.
He was not paying attention.
But he has a brother, and his brother got caught by the Marines, and he's set for execution. So he's going through to go rescue his brother. He goes to Impel Down, which is their maximum security prison, to rescue some people to get out, so he can get to the Marines headquarters. Because basically you have to go through all that to get to it, and then when he gets to it, a war breaks out between one of the 4 Yonkos. One is Whitebeard.
One of the generals.
Yeah, he's a top general, and against the whole Navy, to fight all of them to rescue Ace. And this whole war is just horrifying. People dying left and right. Luffy's just going there, doing everything he can to save his brother. He
Gets holy.
Yeah, he there's so many times where things go crazy, and then he rescues his brother, and they're like, yeah, we got you, you're safe, and you're like, oh, thank you. Then Whitebeard starts getting hurt, and then Ace is fighting one of the generals, and Luffy's about to get killed, and so Ace goes in front of him, and then he gets punched through the stomach, and he dies with a big old hole in his chest, and Luffy failed. And it's just really, really dark and really sad. And it's intense, but Luffy grows so much after that. Like, I don't know, it's just intense. You have to read or watch.
You have to read. That's a
It's
good,
really good. It's
good arc.
tough though. It's so tough because you go through like 20 episodes of him trying to rescue his brother, doing all this stuff, and then when you think you're good,
20 episodes?
Well,
That's a small.
that's One Piece.
I
not a small
I love how
piece.
that's the explanation.
But like, but going through all that is
that's just the
intense,
backstory.
and
Walk in the park.
for him to walk away with nothing in that sense of like rescuing
Right.
his brother is really crazy.
I already knew that he was gonna die, so it's
Why didn't you tell me, David?
because you couldn't care less.
All right, Rico Senpai, you got it.
I guess I'll be spoiling some part of Iron Blooded Orphan since none of you guys have been wanting to watch it.
I watched 2 episodes.
Well, you haven't watched it. So there's a military force from Earth. So this has interplanet independence and like politics in it.
Right.
It's just 2 seasons. It's worth watching, in my opinion. But Tekkadan is like basically a rebel force. They end up becoming, a few years later, a primary military company. And they have some spies or just some people that have interjected themselves into Gallarhorn, the military force from Earth, so that they can transfer some of the power over to Tekkadan, and they can rule a more peaceful, like a more honorable way. But it doesn't go correctly. I'm paraphrasing it because it's like a lot that happens.
Right.
And the reason I like it is because I've watched it 3 times now, the show, and I never, in retrospect, could see it coming. So it's like one of those plot twists, because when that big event was supposed to happen, it kills off some main characters that you just didn't anticipate, and it had a time skip years later, and you kind of see the effects of, they lost out on all these people, and even their ultimate goal was never achieved. They just have a slightly better life now, and they go their separate ways. So it's like it's an incomplete mission, and that's why it's kind of nice, because it's not a standard, everyone got what they needed. It was, there was a compromise. Yeah, it was unique in that regard, and I liked it for that reason. That's why I really, really enjoyed it, because it wasn't an ending that I could have predicted.
Ooh, that's
Cool, nice.
Sharky?
Sharky.
I don't think I have one.
So they failed in their goal, by the way. That's yeah.
I have one that comes to my mind that I really want to talk about it, but I know that it's regarding Jujutsu Kaisen, but I can't. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody.
Is this in the manga?
I won't say anything on that. I'm just going to say it's Jujutsu Kaisen. That's about it. But so I won't be able to speak too much about it. I have another one that I could. It could easily be a cop out because we probably watch the show. But the one I'm going to pick, and this is by far my favorite, Light in Death Note. The whole time, he's a bad guy. You're rooting for him, and the way that everything ends, him at the end. Of course, it's been quite a while. If you haven't read it or watch it, he dies, right?
What?
Right? For me, that particular ending has been the best ending in the mangas that I read. One of my mangas. That's actually one of my favorite stories and one of the characters that I really admire because of that.
You admire the story, not the
The
character.
story. Yeah. The whole story.
So you're marrying Light. I'm like, what the heck's going on here?
I am
This
just-
explains so much.
Well, he is one of my favorite characters. So I'll tell you this much. But the fact that the whole time he was trying to play smart, being like really cunning into
Be God. Mm-hmm.
convincing the dead god that he can actually provide a whole new world in which everybody could be happy, he becomes what he wanted to avoid the most. And even at the end, when you're thinking, okay, he's gonna get out of this for sure, like he has everything planned out. Even though he was really smart, he didn't actually escape from that particular ending. And at the end, spoiler alert, he dies, right? Which for me, when I read it, I got shocked. I couldn't sleep. I was reading that like right before I went to bed, and that was the time that I was reading until like 3:00 in the morning, back in the old days. I did not sleep because I was thinking about the whole ending and how at the end he gets to, I guess, encounter the afterlife, but you don't actually get to see that. It's just a void, dark. It's all darkness. I think that's the story that I think the most about this particular hero per se.
I think he's the protagonist, not the hero. Protagonist.
Yeah, okay.
It's a story.
It's a story for sure, but being able to get to that particular point of like being able to accomplish and change a new world to provide order, but by doing that, he became what he wanted to prevent. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I never read it. I watched it.
You never read it?
I only watched it.
Yeah.
Spoiled it for him now, so there's no point.
No, I watched
Why?
it. I just remember watching it at the end. I was like, I hope this ends soon because this is. I mean, I know I know they've said the manga. So I mean,
The manga's different. The ending is different.
The ending's different, but the general like, not the ending, like the ending, but like what happens with the characters, the new characters that are introduced to replace one of the other characters. That still happens.
Right, but I think that I don't like about the anime, because I recently rewatched the anime and show for sure. They make his death very dramatic. I felt, I don't know, a little bit too much. That's why I like the manga better, because it's just he's dead, that's it, and darkness. Or you actually get a chapter of like a black page because
It's actually pretty cool.
That's
like,
racist, but
I know, right?
well, and the ending is pretty cool because there's a saying that the Shinigami says, like in the beginning. And that happens at the very end. He's like, I told you this would happen.
Yeah, he said, I'm
It's
gonna
pretty
write
cool.
your name in the book.
The book. And
I'll be the one who actually gonna kill you, and he actually delivers what he promised.
it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Actually, that's a sick line with Ryuko. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so the whole story is basically his defeat, but it's a cautionary tale.
If there was anything that I could have ever wished, which is very little, about the actual live action, Death Note is to see that light die by Willem Dafoe saying that. That's the only thing I would have wanted to see. Only thing.
That's fair.
There's one where Yugi wasn't able to beat Seto Kaiba. Duelist
that's right.
Kingdom.
oh dang it, that's a good one.
You can use that.
Wait,
Okay, there you
he
go.
was, but
Well, he didn't win
he
because he
cheated.
succeeded.
He cheated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
he
he still failed in the arc because
Yeah.
he didn't make the hard choice.
He could have, but he's hard the cards, or his inner child
Yeah.
said no.
So it's still sad
Inner
that
child.
failure.
Inner
Still, that still was so lame. I was like, come on.
Yeah, it
I was
was.
so mad. I was like, this
The blast from you, Yugi, will blow me off of the castle, and where I fall to my whatever it is he says.
You're gonna kill
I
me.
was like,
You're gonna
do it,
do it.
Yugi. He
dramatic,
deserves
yeah.
it. Let Kaiba fall. I can't. Fudge you. Suck.
But I gotta say, the guy who does the voice though, top notch
For who?
anime
For Yugi?
Yugi, quite a bit.
I didn't know that he actually did both voices.
Yeah.
He does Yugi and he does.
I didn't know that.
You know, also find out he also did a lot of hentai voices. The
Are we
guy.
talking about the Japanese?
No, I'm talking about the English.
Wait, which Paul is here?
How do you?
Wait, how do you know that? Why?
I
do
was
you know
watching.
that?
I was watching a podcast. I was watching a podcast that me and Mr. listen to, and they actually brought this guy up.
Whatever
The
you do,
trash
with
taste
behind
one?
closed doors.
Huh?
The trash
Yeah,
taste
yeah.
one?
They
Oh
talk
my
about
God,
the guy who does
of course.
voice acting. I didn't know that. I'm like, dang, that's weird, but okay.
That's funny.
Does he use the Pharaoh's voice?
I have no idea.
so fun. That'd be
I have no idea, but the more you know.
I
the
guess-
more I don't want to know.
I guess
Fudge.
not. That Yugi one's probably one of the better.
It's a good one, huh?
Oh, you know what's actually well, I guess you guys might not have watched that far, but when
I have.
the Pharaoh actually loses to Raphael,
Oh,
and he actually loses the soul of Yugi.
that's
But
right.
Yugi's not, it's just the Pharaoh, and Yugi's gone. Yugi's captured.
What is it? What arc is this one
This
in?
is
When they go to the cyber.
no, it's past it.
The Auroros?
Yeah.
Oh, Seal of Orichalcos. Oh, I remember that. Okay, yes.
Yeah, he loses it
The Seal
because
of
he tries to
Orichalcos,
use the
yeah.
power
Yeah.
himself.
That's how he
Yeah.
stays out is because Yugi's soul is taken,
Yeah,
so the
yep,
Pharaoh
yep, yep.
stays back. Yeah, you're
That was
right.
probably one of the big ones, and then like Yugi's gone for like half a season.
And the cool
It's
thing
not
about
when-
this.
Orichalcos.
The cool thing about this is also filler. It's not original. It's original story, but still.
But it was actually a good one.
filler.
It
not
doesn't
filler
feel
with-
like filler. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, there you
That
go.
one,
Now you
and then-
now the next thing you tell me is the Orange Islands from Pokemon is filler.
it is.
I know it is.
Which
I
one
know
is?
it is.
Orange Island.
Orange Islands. When Ash actually wins. Oh no, that's filler.
You know, I think we talked about this
Wait,
before.
the
We
one
should-
he wins a championship, that's filler?
the one with Richie?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
What the hell? That's bullshit.
You know what I also think is funny? Like, because this is one of the... Sorry, small tangent. I know that people are always arguing. It's like, well, who's technically better? Is it Ash or is it Red? And now everyone's case was like, it's always Red because Red's always been a champion. But Ash is like, well, people are now saying it's Ash because in the anime, he's finally won, like, the Super Championship where he fights other champions. But why the heck was he there in the first place? He's the only one who was not a champion.
He was a cop out.
Well, didn't he win? Is it because he won? He got the 8 badges in No.
No, that's basically the requirement to go
Everybody's
to
done
the.
No, but what? No, but didn't he win? Did he win against? No, because he lost. No, because he lost with Greninja. No, the last big one was he lost against Greninja.
He loses every battle.
I don't remember. How did he get in there? Now I don't even know how he got in there.
These are all defeated champions. He's like, and then you, kid, who've lost lots of times.
You come in.
But you made it to the.
You've never even really fought these guys because they've always lost before them.
The guy with the
got
Pikachu.
For the last one,
Yeah.
it's because he won the he got all 8 badges in
Yeah, but that's
all the
always
Ollie
the,
badges.
yeah,
That's a
the tournament
requirement.
too, doesn't he? He
No.
wins the tournament there too. Doesn't he beat the Elite
I don't
Four in that
remember.
one?
Does he?
That's how he
Because
becomes.
they don't do the Elite Four in the anime.
What does he do? Because he gets a trophy. Because you don't get a trophy for beating the gyms.
I don't remember, but it took him 30 years basically.
Was it actually? Could it have been a Lola?
Yeah, he wins a Lola.
That's
He
what it
was a-
was. Yeah,
he's
the one
the
that
Alola champion.
it's the
Okay,
one that
he's the
no
Alola
one saw.
champion.
That's why.
The one that nobody-
He got the Alola
No,
championship
he's right.
because
You're right because that was the only. Well, and
That's
that one
what-
doesn't even count.
No, it doesn't even
because
count.
Alola didn't even have a championship set up yet.
They just
The champion was just the professor because he's like, there's nobody here.
I guess I'll
So-
be the champion.
battling.
he got invited in that technicality.
Yeah.
He got in because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna start my own league. Well, I guess you're technically the champion.
So
of
yeah,
no-
so Ash is the champion of Alola because what's his name is the champion of
It was Professor Kukui. Was the
no
champion before.
who's the no but Ash is the champion of Alola.
Yeah.
What's the main dude in Gen 8 or Gen 7?
Leon.
Leon is of Palette or of
Paldea.
Kanto. The champion of Kanto.
Kanto is Lance.
Lance.
Yeah, it's Lance. So
I
he's
thought he was
Lance.
Johto.
No, it's
No.
both. It's the same region. They're combined together. It's the same.
You play the game?
Oh,
That's why gold and
Take it,
silver
you
is
played
both.
the
Take
game.
it.
No, but I'm talking for the ending of the
Yeah.
anime.
So it's Lance, Steven, Cynthia.
Yeah.
I don't think they used Alder for that one, right?
I don't
No.
think so.
And
No.
they didn't use Iris.
They used
That
the
would've
girl,
been
the
Gen
dragon
5?
girl.
The dragon girl. Okay,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
used Iris. 6 was the girl with the white dress. She's got the mega.
I forget her name. I know who you're talking
Gardevoir.
about. I don't remember.
Is it Diantha? It's Diantha, and then Gen 7 was Alola, which would have
Which
been
was
Ash,
Bash, and
and then
then
it would have been Sword and Shield, which was Leon.
Leon. Yeah.
Okay.
The more you know.
And he
Can't
beat them
do-
all.
No, but actually, it gets back. Like a while ago, we talked about like what's a good filler that's actually a really good story. We should like revisit
Ninja
because
Ostrich.
there's a lot of good stories that are fillers that are pretty good.
Orange
When
Islands?
Ash goes to
Just
the Safari
blue
Zone.
horses, blue freaking body goes in, but it's not canon.
You know what I do like actually?
Oh.
I actually like when they played for filler the Dungeon Dice Monster.
That was a pretty good one. I like it a lot.
No, I hated that.
No,
too.
they may
That
have like a
sucked.
Game Boy game for that too as well. I played
hated that.
Duke Devlin is a POS.
Yeah,
I hated
fudge.
Duke Devlin.
I hated watching that.
You destroyed my hero, Yuki. I loved Maximilian Pegasus. Shut up, Duke Devlin.
Yeah, get out of here, though.
He's right.
The only good part about that's when that's when Seto made Joey a dog. Kneel before
As a
me.
pet?
He's just beg like the dog you are.
Hey, Yugi, get me out of here.
I think the only other time I could think where like the protagonist
Loses.
fails, and I mean I don't know, it's still weird. Goku and Cell.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody has actually
I
brought
guess
Dragon
it's
Ball.
like-
No,
I can't beat
well,
you. It's like what?
I give up. Yeah, that was a. That was
He's
big,
like,
I
you
was
know I'm
like,
gonna destroy the planet, right? He's like, yep.
I remember watching that on Cartoon Network. I was like,
This doesn't.
"Are
make
you?"
any
He's
sense.
like, He's like, "I give up." Like you give up. Like what the freak? I was so confused.
But I can definitely say on that particular case, he chose to step out. No, he didn't actually lose this though.
That's losing.
he still lost.
No, because
He
sound
would
like
have
TJ.
lost.
I mean, if I actually were to bring a great example of this, it would be when Goku fights his brother and he actually dies.
But they still
But he dies.
succeeded in beating him.
when you secede, when you decide to, that's lost. You don't step away for like.
I mean, the whole thing with Yugi and Kyber, right?
Yeah, he
the
lost.
only reason he lost because he's like, I secede. I'm not going to
It's not
fight.
that he was incapable of winning. He just decided
Chose
the
not to.
loss is less of a loss than what the win would gain me.
I think my son should be in life.
Here you
That
go,
situation.
son.
Go and fight him.
You got this
Yeah,
right.
and
By the way, he sold
the
like fully
Digidestin
recovered.
failed too in season 1. Because weren't they kicked out of the digital world and then they came back and it was a mess?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is
So
true.
that's the. I mean, I don't know if all of them.
They
or if
went
you
back
just
to the
wanted to go
human
Thai,
world,
but
and then
yeah.
they have to like to figure out a way to go back.
So they didn't, succeed in keeping.
Oh, I'm glad you
Peace
brought
in the
that.
digital world.
You actually like that.
I love Digimon, bro.
That's
The
a
one
good
where they
stuff.
lost.
Why do all these heroes fail all the time? Man?
Digimon tried, it failed.
No,
in
yeah, I'm not
in
gonna
capturing
talk about
the magic of Digimon.
I still believe that part of it is really good.
Yeah, the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning.
like I said, that was part of it,
but
it's
then
really
they
good.
screwed it up. You know what? We're not talking about this. Digimon makes me mad. The try makes me mad.
Yeah, some marriages end in divorce. The beginning was nice, but it had to end. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's move on to our final topic here, and I'm gonna have Boricua Senpai start this off to give us what our homework was, and you can decide who goes first.
Okay,
But yeah, go ahead.
So this was basically due to the conversation you guys had about mutant powers,
Right.
and so I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if, based off of, so you'd be assigned an individual, and that individual you would have to look at their personality. Anything, it could be one aspect
thing,
of
okay.
it, or all combined. Personality, the way they dress, words they use, but just something that's uniquely about them. So Diego doesn't care about the NBA, so you wouldn't assign him any basketball powers. Because it
something
wouldn't
that
make any
actually
sense,
relates.
right? It had to be something that they're about, that this part of, even if it's something they hate, I guess, wholeheartedly, that could be a part of their power too.
Hatred that gives them power.
Or weakness, whatever, yeah. So
Cool.
that's what it was. And then I guess the individuals that were assigned, David had Paul had Diego had me, I had Shark King.
Oh, we that perfectly.
Yeah, so-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Because that's what I
planned
said.
this.
Because I was going to think of doing like a random number generator. I'm like, we'll just
Nah.
go on where the seating arrangement would be.
Planned it.
So,
I liked it.
I mean, does anyone want to go first? Is
I
anyone
mean, this
itching to
guy
go
wrote
first?
like two pages. So
I had fun with Paul's. I'm not.
Do you
gonna
want to
lie.
start off
I'll
then,
start
so
with
the
that,
rest
that
of
way.
us look bad with your 2-page sella?
Can you do whatever a llama can?
Yes,
Yeah, I knew it.
this is Peruvian
what?
power.
Can you do whatever a llama can?
All right, let's.
Protopaxi.
His power is called
Super spit.
Cusco.
His powers.
It all fits.
Wait.
His superhero name is Cotopaxi.
That reminds me.
That's it's
No,
his hero.
really quick. I don't know if you guys ever watched the show Shaman King. There is a character that actually has the power of the Incan gods. That you just remind me of that.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, can
Okay,
He's trying
so-
to give you ideas, David.
Yeah,
He's like, that would be a good part. He's like, that's not what I'm gonna give
okay.
you.
All right, let's
Mine
hear it.
came up from a lot of inspiration from what I've seen from Paul.
And this guy
I don't know
knows
if
me
you
for a
can
while.
see this. I don't know if you can see this.
All right, let's hear it.
But I took in a lot of information and be like, okay, I think this would fit him. And again, just so you know, I try to give you actually really good power. Okay,
I'm
And I did.
I'm
I
nervous because you have
succeeded.
two
It can be
pages.
more than one power too, because see, there's multiple
All
quirks.
right,
or
let's hear it.
so I don't know if I wanted to call it a quirk or immune power or whatever it was. Okay,
Okay.
But the name of it is called Infinite View.
Infinite, okay.
Infinite View. So the power is whenever you make eye contact with an opponent, you can make them see all the possibilities that you could execute in attacking them.
Okay.
Okay, but what this does is this confuses the opponent and forces them to choose a path, whichever one that he thinks you're going to choose of the possible ones that you can.
Okay.
Okay, and if the opponent chooses wrong, meaning, let's say he chose that you're going to come to him on the left side, and he throws for the left, and he misses it, and you hit him. When he chooses wrong and you actually hit him, this increases your speed and strength.
Dang,
Okay.
damn technical. Kind of like Pokemon.
Now, what happens is that this keeps is that there's no limit to this.
Okay.
Okay, but however, the more possibilities that you give to them, the less your power up is. So if you give him only 2 options, if he misses, your power and your speed and your strength increases more than if you gave him an infinite amount, which will increase it very little.
Okay.
Okay.
What
But-
part of his personality does that come from?
So
Or
Paul,
what thing?
So Paul, Paul has 2 things. So Paul has a thing where I don't know why this always stuck to me, but on Facebook he always had this profile or this album called My Eyes. I don't know why that always stuck to me. I was like, what the fudge is this? This sounds like this
I like
pretentious
it.
type of thing. And he always talks about like, let's look at this from a different perspective. What if we looked at it here in this way or this way?
He does do that. Yeah.
Or or when we talk about abstract art, it's like it is what you want it to be.
That's cool.
Type of thing. So I was like, you know what? That's kind of where I'm getting
Okay.
this material from. Okay?
Okay.
I still have more to
He's doing his
include
homework.
this,
All
okay?
right.
I just want the explanation
Yeah,
of
yeah,
where
that's
the
pretty
powers come from.
No, okay, but there's
Inside.
but there's But like you might think, okay, if he gives
Friendship.
infinite amount of, like, it would make more sense for him to make, maybe 2 options. But there is a positive for him to use more projections. As he uses more projections, all the information he is forcing his opponent to receive. So the more that happens, the more that it mentally drains him and can also basically stun and take out his opponent. But by doing that as well, the also drawback is that it also requires more energy of Japorean to do so. So he can't keep doing it an infinite amount. He can do it maybe once, and he can maybe use it in conjunction with another person's power, right, or someone else attacking, so that maybe he plays as a sidekick or as the secondary, and that's his role, and the other person will attack.
Dang,
so
called you a
that's
sidekick.
Dang.
Now here's the other thing: is the boost to the strength and speed stay for as long as his body can sustain the power, meaning that his body must be in peak condition to sustain it for long. Okay, so the stronger he gets, the shorter time it is for him to stay in that power. Now he can
your
keep.
back fucking sucks. Man.
I think he's gonna bring it up. I think he's gonna bring it up. I know this guy already.
Here's the plot twist, though. Okay, is that the person that or the Japorean that you see who has this strength is not his real body.
It's a clone.
It's not a clone either. So what happened is originally his original body could not withstand the power that he was using. So what happened is his power mutated and created a secondary body for Japorean, leaving his real body frail due to the process of making this new and improved one. Okay? Because this new and improved one can withstand more power and cannot break. Like it cannot completely break down. Now the thing is that his frail body is in a suspended animation, but it is still mentally and physically linked to the second body. Like I said, the second body, but the second body must be somewhat close to the real body. Otherwise, if they're too far away, there's a disconnect and he can die. Okay,
Like Nagato.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
And Onoki because of the back.
Yeah.
And Mu because of the split.
I
Nice.
was thinking like, what's his name? Toby Maguire Spider.
Okay, and so like I said, the second body cannot be fully destroyed. It can be disintegrated, whatever, but in time it will come back. If the real body is still alive, the second body will always come back, and the real needs to be fatally wounded for the second body to die. But people don't know this. Okay, they don't know the real body of Paul. They only know this version that they think is super powerful, right? And the problem is the second body believes that this version of him is superior to the frail original body.
I am superior to you. I like it. That's nice.
Yeah, and there you go.
Oh,
That's nice.
wow, that was
That's really good.
Actually,
man.
a lot-
That was nice.
it blew my expectations. I was thinking something.
It blew my expectations. Anybody else want to go next?
Just like your back.
Otherwise, I'll go next.
I can go next.
Yeah,
So
wanna
I'm
go
right
next?
here. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I had fun with that one. That was
Alright.
really fun.
That was
to
really
do.
cool.
So I got Mr.
Prepare to be disappointed now. David went full detail. Now we're just everyone else is gonna be half-assing it.
I know. No, I actually have. I have your
No,
power
it's not
already.
gonna be as detailed as his.
All right. I got some information in there. The ability that you have, Mr. will be your golden fingers. Because I know that you like to tinker quite a bit with a lot of computers, with your guitar, with a lot of like IT stuff as
Sticky
well.
fingers.
No, we'll call it golden because I
Did you say IT stuff? Did I see that? What is
IT
IT
stuff?
stuff? What does that mean?
Why is it called?
He puts computers pieces together, right? He built computers. So
Okay.
I do feel like Mr. has the capability of using his fingers very precise. So if there's something that requires specific detail and attention, that's what it'll bring him in, like to disarm a bomb or to actually make a really precise operation. His fingers are very precise and he can make that without any problems. So that will be the first ability because I do feel like Mr. He uses his fingers a lot.
Can you call it Digit Man?
Like sticky fingers.
Okay, let's say Sticky Fingers because he likes the nasty too. So let's put that in there. It's very so
Sticky,
his
that's
fingers
That's not my friend.
exactly right. So it actually fits the personality of Mr. He can use those fingers for the greater good,
Sticky fingers.
for the greater good or for his nastiness. The second ability. After doing that for quite a bit, he awakens his second ability. This is his BS power. Anything that, at first it's so like, you know how the Mr. is. He tells you a lot of things thinking like it's true. Like, oh yeah, this is like it's true, but completely BS.
64 weeks, yeah.
Right? But the thing about this
It's inaccurate. It wasn't BSing.
if we actually were to push his ability a lot further, he can make that BS become a reality.
So maybe Pokemon are strong?
Yeah, in a way, right? So
Alakid one shot at Gyarados.
By pushing his BS so much, it gets to the point of enabling that BS to become a true statement.
It can bend reality.
Exactly. And
is it based on belief or what?
How bad I believe it.
How I believe it.
Delusion works.
Right, and how much BS power he actually produces, right?
How bad I want to be delusional about it, because it can affect everything. Okay, let's go off of this.
Diego's I believe it. I believe I have the power.
No, I was gonna say, like, yes, I feel like as he pushes the BS quite to the point of extreme, it's reality, and therefore he cannot be incorrect. His BS power becomes the truth. So that and his sticky fingers, he's set for life.
Icky.
He can convince any woman, any person alike, do this, I do that.
Well, we all know this is not based in reality, so
that sounds like a horrible. He can do anything. Okay,
64 weeks and
all strength.
No, I'm gonna say, like, I think primarily those are. But then again, because he has those strengths, those become his hindrance as well too. Like if he wants to tell the truth, well, that's where, like, what is BS, what is truth, right? That's the drawback on his ability. And when it comes to precise fingers, what if he wants to mess up? He can't. That's basically, you can't be perfect. Like, you try to be perfect all the time, but then you got to have some faults. Don't you think?
I like, guys.
Yeah. So
I type really slow.
I type really slow.
But yeah, I think that's what I got for Mr. Without having to write 2 pages. Nah, so. Hey,
I got detail on this bitch.
Yeah, I know. You get it. You're a nerd.
I have fun. That's what I do.
That's my friend.
Anyways, I don't know how to call
Use your BS powers.
Senpai's power. It's like a. I would like to
Is
say.
it a swagger?
Like, no, it's a mix of what. Like one, it's something to do with like a keen eye, like being able to. If he sees somebody and he communicates with them after a couple seconds, he knows how to persuade them into anything he wants them to do. Like he'll persuade them into like he gets. It's like a confident thing. Like he gets them once he talks to them, he sees them how they interact. He can become friendly with them. So his powers are mainly used for espionage. So he can go deep undercover and do things because people won't think of him being as a bad guy or somebody that they can't trust. He's always trustworthy. He's always that. But I just can't think of a title for it.
Kind of like the girl from the Umbrella Academy, the one I've
never seen it, but. Yeah.
What about? You haven't seen V either. You know what I'm talking about. The girl who actually controls.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's a swagger effect, but in real life, where he can do that to people. Like everyone
Just call it swagger. I like it.
Okay, swagger. But that's his power. He can do that. So that's why his main skill sets are for espionage. If he needs to get information, he can do that pretty well. The downside to this though is, if he has to communicate with people with his swagger ability and they're complete idiots, it fumbles for him. He'll start getting absolutely enraged, and that's when his second ability comes in.
I thought we're talking about real powers, not what actually happens in life.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The power kicks in.
Rage.
Because like in Pokemon, when swagger, you use swagger on Pokemon, they get mad and confused. Then when his confusion sets in, that's where he can tap into his traditional strength abilities and can start tearing down things. So if he needs to get out of his if he's undercover, he can do so with a lot of strength.
What I want now is just to like have this all like read out loud by the guy who voices what's his name, President Mike from My Hero. Butter pecan Puerto Rican Quirk swagger.
The more he gets to know you, the better.
You
He
know,
becomes your confidant.
you know, it'd be cool to
Be
actually make
careful.
this into
If you're
Pokemon
an
cards.
idiot, you get really mad.
I think that'd be
we
that
have Hentai Paul can do that.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
But something like that, just how it would work. Because, like I said, he's really easy to talk to. But that can be a big strength from being in espionage. Because
So his weakness would be like basically.
if he talks to an idiot and he has to
But
persuade,
does that make him
Like,
stronger?
No, that would be harder for him because he doesn't want to stoop down to that.
But he gets
Yeah.
strength. He becomes the Hulk.
Yeah, but like that throws away his whole espionage stuff. Like,
So he has to be a
Him-
spy.
yeah, that's it. That would be like, oh, he finds the.
Then he
let's
gets
say
canceled, and that's what
let's
he's
say he
worried
goes
about.
undercover.
Okay.
He
He
goes
gets
to like a
canceled.
gang leader, and he finds the gang leader's a fucking moron, and he's all like, "Really, you're this guy? Oh my!"
But he's the
God."
leader. How can he be a moron?
Sometimes there are. Or maybe
Okay.
maybe in order for him, or maybe for him to get into the leader, he has to go through the sun, and the sun's a complete moron. You know how like in a lot of shows, the sun's just a complete moron. It's like, I'm gonna kill you, just snap his neck.
I actually like that's pretty cool. What's his hero name or whatever name? Did you decide one or no?
I couldn't decide on a name. I just decided on the
Mr. Perspective.
Mr. Perspective. I like that. That's cool.
Do you have a name for
Mr.
Diego's?
Perspective, Quirk.
Mr. Perspective. Quirk. Infinite Fun.
I don't know yet.
No,
I need some help. What do you guys?
I don't know. I thought of one for Shark King when I
Oh,
created the
feel special
powers.
now.
Okay. Well, you're special.
Did you have a name or no? Okay, no worries.
to figure out a name for the whole time, so I think just Swagger.
Okay. Swagger. Hold on. Let me pull up my notes to make sure I don't miss anything.
No, I feel bad
Okay.
that I don't have notes.
So I'll actually start off with the name, and that should kind of tie in.
Okay.
So his hero's name is Stratego.
Ooh.
So he's a master strategist. Obviously, he's a Pokemon master. So
I
he knows
agree.
strategy.
I agree.
It's obvious.
So even with little info, he can discern almost as many possible outcomes in a fight. It's kind of similar, I guess, to Japorean, right?
Makes me feel like I'm Shikamaru.
Yeah,
I dig it.
kind of what it is. Yeah, so he can determine the best way to succeed or retreat if necessary, while minimizing loss and collateral damage with optimal attack efficiency as well. So he's best in a position where he's calling the shots versus him solo work.
Like Batman without prep time.
Yeah, exactly. And because he loves Halo so much, he's actually automatically intuitive with any firearm, whether it's alien or hominid, like domestic. And he has two, because I know you said you're fast, and shout out to Hentai Paul where he says he can outrun you. So I said, you're 2 stages of evolutionary speed and lung capacity ahead of what current humans are at.
Okay.
So whatever the next big leap is, you're 2 ahead.
I like it.
I like that. That's pretty good.
And then, so this one you'll enjoy. This is for you because you're my friend. Because of your love of pineapple, okay? Which pineapple boosts your immune system and it decreases inflammation, right? So he has high resistance to toxins and other chemical compounds, as well as extreme heat. He does really well, and he's not impervious, but he has high resistance.
You live in Texas. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I guess his weak points would be he's not high physical defense, so he has to rely on armor and agility to avoid getting hit.
That makes sense.
And heavy damage may quickly deplete you and remove you from the battlefield, so that wouldn't be good for your team. If presented with overwhelming amount of variables with your strategies, it can cause overloading and which resorts you to only physical memory and physical intuition versus your actual strategy. So sense. Brute force is kind of a weak point, but your strategy. So if you have a team, you'll make that work. And then again, the use of tech is not, or mechanical engineering is not. It's just firearms specifically.
Sure. Okay.
So if it's incapacitating them, capturing them, cool. But like a jet, if someone needs to fly, or a helicopter, you would not be the guy. So that's it.
You are
I
not
had to
the
include
guy.
some nerfs. I couldn't
I
be
got it.
all
Yeah, I got it.
positive.
That's pretty good.
Stratego
I like it.
is the name. I
like
thought that
it.
was pretty cool.
Stratego.
All right, it's my
Stratego,
turn, right?
my amigo. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't have notes, but I thought about this because I know the one thing you love more than anything is
Smash.
Smash.
Girls.
Didn't want
That can't be a lover. It's never happened.
So I was just trying to think of how to incorporate that. I remember asking you who your main was. I didn't want to give you just like Yoshi powers because
I wouldn't want Yoshi power.
yeah, I figured it's not
Wait, really quick before you go. I actually came out with Diego's name, superhero name.
Nice.
Go Diego, go.
That took 2
Funny, but
seconds.
disappointing.
Should just call them Mr. Degenerate.
I like that one. Degenerator.
Actually, that's pretty good. I like that. I like that.
Degenerator.
Let's change that. Degenerator.
Phalanges, but no,
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I got distracted.
No, you're good. So basically, I know that you like playing Smash, and I wanted to kind of incorporate that into your power. So I really thought about that, and then one of my favorite, I guess, superheroes would be like Ben 10.
Okay.
So basically, I would make you a combination of somewhere between like Smash Bros. And like Ben 10. So you can have any person's power, but it's always random. So you could just
Metronome. This is Pokemon's metronome.
Metronome.
Yeah. It's Thanos. Which power do I get? Ah, crap! I'm Squirrel Girl.
No, Squirrel Girl can take down Thanos. There you go.
There you go. So sometimes it's good,
Yeah.
but
Sometimes it's
you're-
bad.
Okay.
Sometimes
Sometimes
you-
I'm Jubilee.
Sometimes
No.
you're Jubilee, and sometimes you're just that guy from Sky High with super spin. What's your power? Super spin.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I just was thinking. Just it would be completely random, and that's why it's balanced because you could be the most overpowered person, or you could just be.
Completely balanced.
How long does each power last?
It can last as long as he needs to. He can switch as many times as he wants, or he loses it obviously when he gets knocked out.
He loses a life.
He loses a life. He loses a stock.
Okay.
And once he loses 3, then he's out.
Okay. Turning stocks. Okay. Turning 3 stocks. I like it.
It's standard. No items.
No, I
No
don't.
items.
No items.
No Smash Ball.
I need
Smash
no
ball.
items. I need no smash ball. Take him down with my own hands.
It's one of the random abilities, David. If you get a Smash Ball, then you can choose what you want.
That's also true. But I have no items anyway. It's no items.
It's one of your powers. You can bring out a Smash Ball.
Okay. That's cool. I like that.
So I thought it'd be fair.
I'm random.
Sometimes
I am random. It makes sense.
Wait, what will be his name?
choose your character, and it's got to be done in the Smash Bros. voice.
Choose your character.
Boom, 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 boom. As I turn on my power. Choose your character. Random.
The random dude.
Doof.
I could take a beating.
Now my life's over. It's funny. I actually had that as one of my possible ones to get you out of your strength set was to
Bidoof?
that you'd have to be unconscious. You have to be.
His weakness is Badoof's.
That was like once. I had like other stuff that was like right now. Like nah, that one's dumb. I don't want him to. Or like he didn't fit like how you would.
yeah.
I would put you as. But yeah.
I was gonna say the names were really quite fitting for sure.
Okay, I got one for the name for him. Swag Hatter.
Swag Hatter, like Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
That's why.
I like it. There we go, guys.
So hire the generator Stratego. Random dude.
Random. Yeah.
Pick your character.
Random.
Mr. Perspective.
I like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That actually was fun.
Yeah.
I was thinking there's gonna be more negative stuff in here, but I didn't.
to balance it out.
Yeah.
It's all about balance. I don't know why you're so afraid of mine.
No, I'm, like you have 2 pages. I'm like something in there.
You
It's in
think
there.
it's all going to be
There's
like
something in
bad
there.
stuff? If anything, I give you some of the best powers ever.
Which I'm surprised.
He loves you. That's why.
I show it with my powers.
I had good powers too. If I bullshit enough, it comes through.
We have very similar powers.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. He's using his powers right now. I was like, oh yeah, I thought about this. Swagger, dumb people. That's all I know about Boricua Senpai. What about the Puerto Rican powers?
He comes to me for a power boost. Oh, I'm so mad.
It kind of
How many
enhances
weeks
that.
in a year? 64.
That's how they
You're
work.
wrong.
Go to Diego.
It kind of enhances.
How long is it?
They work together.
Like 5 minutes. This is 2 hours away.
on Disney Plus.
64 million. That's factually incorrect. Actually, it's true.
But then you make it true. But
I know,
then he
he'd
doesn't
be
get
mad 'cause
upset.
he doesn't- no,
That
he
way
would-
it doesn't work.
He wants to be upset because I had to bend reality
Disney's bank
to make it
account.
true. So he gets more mad. It's like,
Yeah, but how
you
can
have
he get
to-
mad if you're bending reality? Then
Because
he
he
must know
knows
it's
that's
true. So he can see through your BS.
yeah, he can see through it. It's fine.
Okay.
But you
That's how it
believe
works.
enough, he can actually make
But
it
he'll
true.
know, so that gets him mad enough that I had to bullshit. It's like, there's only like 5 million subscribers on Disney Plus, 600 million now. That's bullshit. And he gets so strong. The matter he
While
gets.
everyone else believes that he's the one that knows. Okay.
Yeah.
Unaffected.
That was fun.
I love it. Alrighty. Perfect. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the game. Boricua Senpai was fun.
Good call.
Yep.
That's pretty fun.
And thanks for you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll have more stuff coming out weekly. We had a bit of a break just because you can't really see here, but
Well, you can
probably
see the
behind
differences
him.
of the cameras.
Yeah, and we're remodeling.
We're remodeling everything here.
Changing the Chibi studio.
So that's taken some time. But we'll be back on a regular schedule, so don't worry about that.
We might be at Anime Town.
We might be at Enemy
When
Town
is that again?
next week.
this week.
This upcoming.
Next
week?
upcoming week.
Friday,
Oh,
Saturday.
shit.
So, might see us there, yeah? What?
Oh,
I thought
you want to talk real quick about the Spy Family? Because I know you guys watch it. Did anyone watch it?
It was a good movie. There you go.
There you go. 7.
There you go.
6.
I was not
6.5.
Yeah, I was not excited to watch it because I didn't know there was a movie. But yeah, Godzilla came out on Amazon in Japan. Godzilla -1 on the 2nd, and then I don't know when it's coming out in the US. But once it comes out, like
It should
4K
be out.
blue,
It should be out already.
Blu-ray
Amazon Prime.
Steelbook. I'm gonna buy that shit.
Amazon Prime should be already. Sure, you have it.
Yeah,
It's only Japan only.
No, they.
I'll check it.
I have it on Prime too. I can check it too, bitch. Anyways, my bad.
Anyway, thanks.
Oh, also one
BS
little
power.
thing.
Activate.
Anyway, one last thing.
Same team.
Didn't Tite Kubo, is he making a new one shot for Bleach?
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, okay.
What do you got?
I'll have to look into it later.
Is this BS?
He doesn't know.
Is
No,
this
no,
BS?
no,
I
Yeah.
swear I swear I saw something. I'll check it again. Hold on.
Yeah, for sure.
This is my phone.
The boys, season 4 trailer. Yeah, it's coming out.
I
June.
saw that.
I'm excited for that. That's gonna be great.
There's a new Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. The title's like "Let's effing go" is like their big thing now.
LFG.
LFG.
That's F and
Yeah.
go.
LFG. Yeah,
I'm not bullshitting. That was truth.
that's very power. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the new Planet of the Apes tickets are on sale now.
I
So.
don't care, but okay.
You don't want to see monkeys?
I see monkeys every day.
He goes to the zoo. That's what we're talking
That's
about. Okay, before we get
That's
before
what
we
I actually am gonna have to activate the reason.
okay, before we get
wasn't
canceled here, remember you can watch this episode on
I was
YouTube.
gonna say something else there, run. I'll say it after.
You can listen to it 2 weeks later on Podomac and all of your podcast places that you listen to. So watch us whenever you can, and if you go to Anime Town, look for us. We'll be taking pictures and
If we're
buying
there.
stuff if we're there. Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe we'll use a new intro that we didn't reuse in
The one that we actually got recorded for a while and we pay for it using the famous actor that you guys
And
wanted
if you
to.
want to do it, then you go ahead and do it.
No,
you have it.
You have the file. We pay for it.
For what?
The guy who did Trunks.
random.
Oh, where is that? I know I have it
We
somewhere.
pay for it. You get, like I didn't even like. I don't pay for voice actors, but the fact that you guys like, we should
I have
actually
to
use
find
don't
it
pay for
somewhere.
voice
I think
Your
Miles
old
has
phone.
that actual
No,
the original.
it was on your old phone.
Yeah, it's on your phone. You have
On
the
your
file.
old phone, and you transferred everything over. So it should be your recordings. You better check your phone.
I'll find it. Okay. Anyway,
This piece of shit.
we'll look for it, guys. Alrighty.
There's 62
signing
weeks
off.
in the year now,
We'll take
and I'm making it truthful.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time. This is David the Smash Fan.
Mister.
Japorean.
Boricua Senpai.
And Sharking.
And this is Chibi No Podcast.